Hey everybody, this is Jill, aka Michelle, giving you another update about things that are happening in my life. Um, yeah, since I last updated about a week ago, not a whole lot has happened. It was kind of a rough week at work, but I've gotten over it, and right now I'm on vacation, so I'm looking forward to that, taking some time off and spending some quality time with Marianne. Well, first we plan to go away um, to PA to see her folks. We haven't been to see her family. She has most of her, immediate family is out there in PA, and unfortunately, I have to be in mail mode. She hasn't really come out. That's kind of like been a hurdle for her. Just telling, just people outside her immediate family, her daughter and her ex-husband and so forth, about our relationship and me, but that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with it. I agreed to that. So it'll only be like one overnight, but I enjoy going out there. It's really nice place to visit out there east in Pennsylvania, and so we'll get a chance to see her folks and maybe do some shopping and so forth. Maybe even on the way back, I might even like cross-dress en route back and see how people react. I like the people out there. They're much more friendlier, than they are here in New York. So it's always, well, just about any place to go outside New York City, I think I guess you could say that. But I like visiting there for just a day. I mean, after a day, you kind of get bored. So we'll be heading back to New York after that, and then heading out to the east end of Long Island again, and we booked 2 nights again at a hotel in Southampton, New York, which is, for those of you not familiar, in the States here, it's kind of like a resort area, very popular place. Um, it's close to the water. There's a lot of beach, relaxing, sort of lazy kind of environments. And we were there in July, and so we're going to go back again and just spend another couple of days there. And so I'm looking forward to that as well. Just spending some R&R, just a little bit of R&R out there in the East End. And just having some time off also, just to straighten out some things, here before things start to get busy in the fall. Going back, in September teaching, and I just need to prep for that a little bit. For those of you who've been following along with my videos, I'm going to be teaching in female mode. I'm taking a next step and in my transition, and trying to bring a little bit of that into my work life a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that, and I've been kind of like oscillating, going back and forth about that, but just kind of thinking that through. I've added a little bit to my wardrobe, and also kind of figured out like how I would dress and what I would do exactly, because I do have a full-time job where I'm male, still male. So at first I thought I would kind of like change in the field, but then I figured that, well, that's not going to work, and I'd rather make that change, that sort of transition from male to female, in the comfort of my own home. So here in my bedroom, here is where I usually dress, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I decided to do, is to just come home and just change. And I'm pretty good. I mean, I could make the switch pretty quickly. I've gotten pretty good at it. I mean, once I've kind of like thought out what I'm going to wear and figured out like what the accessories are going to be and all that, and I could pretty much do that in under an hour. I could pretty much change and be ready to go in like 45 minutes or so, So yeah, I think I'm going to do that, and that'll give me some time. It'll take a little more travel time, but it'll give me some time to, process the whole, transition from male to female, and then I could travel back. It's about an hour traveling, hour and a half, I guess, coming and going total. So, um, and I haven't heard anything from anybody from the school, so I guess everything is okay. So I'm hoping that the whole process and the reaction is sort of like a non-event. It's not. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of curiosity about it when I get on campus, and people are going to be, there's going to be a lot of the word's going to spread. But as I've said before, for the most part, they're pretty open-minded there, and hopefully, once we get over that little hurdle, that everybody's curiosity has been satisfied, and they get to meet me, that it will be just like a non-event, and everybody will just get over it, and all the staff and the other faculty and the students especially. I think the students, for the most part, they'll be okay. I'll be able to handle that the best, I believe. Because I feel really comfortable in that kind of an environment, more so than I do in my full-time job. Just being, in that kind of role, that educator sort of role, being up there, and I've done it for quite a few years now, part-time, and I feel pretty comfortable about doing it and managing, the classroom type situation and the students, and I think I really relate pretty well to the students, and um, and I think them seeing me like this, like in female mode, I think, because some of them I may have had in the past, so I'll, most likely run into some students I've had, because it's a small college, it's very small. So I will likely run into students that I've had in the past, and that should be interesting, and it'll also give them an opportunity to get their sort of curiosity or questions answered, because I know some of them were like really curious about me, and in the past I've had students make comments, and you kind of pick up on certain things. They're looking at you kind of funny. Why does he look so different? Why does he look so androgynous? And that you get all those kind of like strange looks, and occasionally a question. I was into like nail tips at one time, so I had a student ask me about nail tips, and but now I feel like I could just come out to everybody, and so there'll be no more curiosity or questions, those about what it is I am, so it'll be very apparent, I guess, very transparent, That's my goal, is to just be out with everybody and not have to hide anything, like I did for like two years, and I guess a lot of people feel that way. I know some people like to go stealth, when they transition, and I'm not quite sure where I fit into that category. I mean, but as far as like coming out, I mean, I feel that I like to be honest with people and want to be open and just let everybody know that this is what I am. This is who I am. And as I get out there and meet people, for the first time, especially where I'm working now. Today, for example, I worked at my job, my volunteer job. I work for this thrift shop, this organization that has a number of thrift shops all over the city, and I started working in one a couple of weeks ago, and it's a really good, really great place. Small shop that they run, and they take donations of clothes and housewares, what they call housewares, all different sorts of things, furniture, knickknacks, accessories, books, CDs, tapes. I had a chance to set up the store, as a matter of fact, this Friday. They told me to come in, and it's very interesting to see how they put it all together, too. It's just a potpourri of all different things, books and clothes and housewares, and it looked very chaotic when I went in that evening. they were setting up for the next day for this Saturday, and it was just like a bunch of people there, just like moving all over the place. It's not a very big store, but everything was just scattered all over the place. But after about a couple of hours, 2.5 hours, and just everybody like working in their own little corner, they put me in charge of these comic books. They were selling comic books this weekend as a special. I know nothing about comic books, but they says, well, yeah, I'll just arrange these as best you can. And they were taking shelves and tables and flipping things upside down and sideways, and just using whatever, just going into the basement and pulling any kind of bin, any kind of storage vessel they could think of to store stuff. And so storing these comic books all over the store. Displaying them, actually. And after a few hours, it was interesting to see how everything kind of like just came together, and it just looked great. I mean, it just looked terrific at the end. I wish I could have taken a picture. But I understand they did a pretty good business. And I worked there today, Sunday. I worked there, and and had a chance to interact with customers. And I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about. I guess just about coming out, and how people react to you, and really not knowing if they, I guess you're always like thinking like how other people see you, as I'm working this particular place, this store, where people haven't really seen you as male mode, so they have no idea, that I'm male, or what I am, or what my history is. But you always I guess kind of wonder, what are they thinking about? Do they know I'm trans? But for the most part, I don't know. I had a lot of customers today, for example, a lot of female, genetic female customers just really talk to me kind of like women talk. Like someone commented on my sandals, for example, and I had two ladies actually ask me. They were trying on things, they were asking me if it looked okay on them and whatnot. And there was this other lady she was buying a ton of stuff, and she was just showing me all the things that she was picking out, and for her daughter and this and that. And so I got the impression she was really relating to me like a female. It's which I was. I mean, I don't know. It sounds kind of funny, silly, but I guess it just helps to validate. That validation that we all look for. As trans people, just that extra validation that you are. You are what you present yourself to be, what you purport to be, and you present yourself as, as a woman, or for the fellows as a man. For the male transition fellas out there. So yeah, that's oftentimes I do find myself always looking for that validation. But at the same time, I'm willing to kind of let it go. If I don't get a ma'am or something like that, or whatever. Anyway, so I'm rambling now. So anything else going on? Let's see. I think that's about it. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to see my doctor. I've been tweaking my script, my drug regimen, a little bit, just tweaking that a little bit. I've upped my Spiro, and just about, not much, about 50 milligrams. I've been doing it for the last few months, since the beginning of the summer. So I've upped that, and I've been able to keep my weight down. I think the spironolactone, that really keeps your weight down. I'm not quite sure if it's the Spiro or the estradiol or whatever, but so I've been keeping my weight down, so I like that. But I want to check with my doc to see if he could maybe give me something else to get more breast growth. Well, I'm almost at 15 minutes right now, so I guess I better sign off, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.